Alright, in our continuance of the terms of engagements here in AUC Section 210, we're going to be taking a look at AUC Section 210.13 regarding recurring audits. So first, let's understand what a recurring audit is. And for that, there's a definition here in this AUC section, so let's go up to that definition. Okay, here's our definition of recurring audit. It's an audit engagement for an existing audit client for whom the auditor performed the preceding audit. So now that we understand what a recurring audit is, let's go back to the requirement. Okay, so this requirement says that on recurring audits, the auditor should assess whether circumstances require the terms of the audit engagement to be revised. If the auditor concludes that the terms of the preceding engagement need not be revised for the current engagement, then the auditor should remind management of the terms of the engagement, and the reminder should be documented. So let's go down to some of the explanatory material to understand what this means. Okay, so now we're down in the explanatory material. Let's first take a step back and see what is happening here in this situation. Now, our audit firm, as well as others that I've worked with previously in my career, usually issue a new engagement letter each year. And in that way, we have fulfilled this responsibility of updating management on the terms of the engagement and making any changes that are necessary. But there may be a situation where you have say a 5-year agreement with your client that says we're going to audit you for 5 years, and here are all the stipulations for the terms of this engagement. But you may get to year 3 of the audit and several things might have changed about the audit, and so for that reason you might need to change the agreement. And regardless, each year you still need to update management on what the terms of the engagement are, either in written form or orally. So what are some of the factors that might give us an indication that we might need to change the terms of the engagement by either issuing a new engagement letter or changing the terms of the ones that we've used in prior years? So some of those things that might have us change the terms would be an indication that management misunderstands the objective and scope of the audit. So maybe we should make it more clear exactly what's going on in the audit. Also, maybe we should revise some of the special terms of the audit. For instance, maybe we need to change the price or the engagement team or timing of the audit. Also, if there are any major changes at the company that make it appropriate to change the terms of the audit engagement letter, for instance, management has changed, so we need to address it to different people or have different people sign it. Maybe a change in ownership, or a change in the size of the entity's business, or the legal requirements. So a change in ownership might extend the scope of the engagement to maybe some business combination related items or consolidation of multiple entities. Change of the nature or size of the entity means that maybe different supplementary schedules need to be used, or different types of accounting principles. In addition, maybe different regulatory requirements require us to audit additional pieces of the company that we need to change in the engagement letter. For instance, maybe they've exceeded the threshold for needing a single audit to be done, so we need to add that to the engagement letter. Maybe the financial reporting framework has changed, where maybe we're not auditing under GAAP anymore, we're changing it to a modified cash basis. So we need to update that in the engagement letter, as well as other requirements that we might see fit. And so even if we don't make any changes to the terms of the engagement, we still need to remind management of the terms of the engagement in writing or orally. So the easiest thing to do is just issue a new engagement letter each year, or issue an amendment each year to the original engagement letter to remind them of the terms of the engagement. But if we decide to just discuss with them orally the terms of the engagement, we still need to document that discussion in our work papers to include the place and the time and the significant points that we discussed with them.